Hypershock is back. The reigning champions are starting their campaign of conquest to possibly be crowned a third time. But if there was to be an unfortunate accident, Mad Catter and Jenga are more than happy to fill in for them. It's the 8th Wars. Hello and welcome to the 8th Wars. We've got our next 6 robots fighting for our next place in the semi-final. One of which is Hypershock, which means that the other 5 are pretty much dead already. The first round is going to be 2 3-way fights with 2 of the robots progressing through to round 2. Let's meet our first 3. From the inner machinations of my mind, Crab. They've got crab claws that don't actually fall apart immediately this time, so they might be able to pose a threat. From Battlebots, Mad Catter. You'll recognise them from initiation, but they might be out of their depth here. And from Battlebots and seeded number 1, Hypershock. Reigning champion and only 2-time champion, non-consecutive though. Amazing drive, amazing weapon, but they can sometimes drive themselves down the pit and that is their only weakness. 3, 2, 1. Activate. Right, and that is Crab actually pushing Hypershock near the pit. Hypershock's only real weakness is actually crab claws. And that is 2 panels off of Mad Catter and Crab pushing Hypershock into the corner again. This is not good for them, seeing as they're being dominated by quite a bad robot here. Mad Catter only really on half a panel left, look at that. Hypershock can't push Crab. Oh, yep, panel off of Crab and claw off of Crab. Crab is now completely weakened. This is not good for them. Mad Catter doesn't really want to get into the action, but they are still attempting to do it. Hypershock running around the arena, trying to get a good shot in, and that was a good shot. That's Crab's last panel. Cease. All of Crab's removable panels were removed, which means that they are out. Hypershock and Mad Catter move on to round 2. Now let's see who will be joining them. From the inner machinations of my mind, Shield. They're a full body spinner, but the spinner does sometimes come off. From the inner machinations of my mind and seeded number 18, Jenga. Surprisingly successful, often makes it to at least the heat final. From Robot Wars 1.01. Based off of 101 from Robot Wars, their lack of weapon allows for a unique drive system for the controls. 3, 2, 1. Activate. Right, so 1.01 being the first to move, Jenga being the second, getting their spinner up to speed. Shield staying completely still until now, where they're all into action. This is what fights should be like. Jenga going into Shield's spinner and knocking it off. I did warn that that would happen. Jenga going after Shield, actually now going after 1.01 now. They've lost a panel. Jenga is on 1 panel left as they only have 2 and they've lost 1. Shield has now lost a panel from Jenga. 1.01 is really the one getting bullied here. Shield going after Jenga, but not the side that has the panel. Shield going after 1.01, pushing them into the corner. Jenga, yep, now they're back into the action. Panel in danger there. Really going after both of them, to be honest. And, yep, that's a panel off of 1.01. Actually, all of these robots only have 2. And, well, no, they've only got 1 now. Shield pushing 1.01 and pushing their panel off. Cease. Bit of a close one, that one, but it looks like we're not going to be seeing 1.01 again. And now for the one-on-one fights in round 2. We got Hypershock fighting Shield and Jenga fighting Mad Catter. And let's go to the first one. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
I wonder who's going to win.
Up to speed, and yep, that's Shield's entire top bit off and one of their panels. They appear to be luring Hypershock into the pit. Either that or they're trying to go down themselves, which probably isn't allowed. And they've gone a bit too close. Can they get out? They can get out. Still scared of Hypershock. I think Hypershock's a bit scared of going in the pit round 2 again. Hypershock's pushing them round, and that's their last panel. Cease. Very Hypershock display there as they move on to the heat final. Let's see who's going to be joining them. 3, 2, 1. activate. And the robots appear to have swapped places, and Jenga doesn't appear to be very good control right now, but they are fine. And that's a panel off of each robot. That puts Jenga at a disadvantage because they only have 2 to start with. Jenga going after Mad Catter, they're the ones on the offensive here. And that's Mad Catter's back panel gone. They've only got that one tiny one on the side left. It looks to be Jenga's fight. This is why they're usually so successful. Mad Catter mostly running away. Head-on collision there. Not really sure why they're doing that. You might be able to see that Jenga's weapon might be a little bit closer to coming off than it was at the start of the fight. The bit in the middle is a bit indented. That means it's come up a bit. And that's Mad Catter's last panel. Cease. And that's Mad Catter gone. Once again, we have the 2 seeded robots in the heat final. Now let's see who will be progressing to the semi-final. 3, 2, 1, activate. And that's a panel off of Jenga already. I don't think they're going to be surviving this. Hypershock just ramming into them lots of times. And that's their last panel. Cease. To be honest, I don't think anyone was expecting an outcome that was different from that. Hypershock, the reigning champions, go through to the series semi-final on their way to possibly be crowned for a 3rd term, championship. To be honest, I'm glad that Hypershock has managed to keep their wheels on the arena floor. Catch us on Tuesday where we'll be doing some duck spotting in the 8th Wars. Goodbye.